Hi, this is Eliot from Workload. In this video, we're going to learn about using forms by Workload to create a new form. Then we're going to use that form as a trigger to create a new contact in Odoo ERP Self Hosted. Alright, so we're going to start here at our Workload dashboard, and we're going to come to the upper left hand corner and click on the Create Workflow button. This will lead us to our workflow editor and will show us how our workflow is set up. So we have a trigger on top and then an action below. But before we start filling out those two things, we're going to come up with a title. So in this video, we're going to talk about creating a form by workload and having that trigger create contact in Odoo. Okay, so now we have a title, and we'll go ahead and make that workflow happen. So we'll click on our trigger button, and over on the right side you'll see an option of Forms by Workload. We'll click on that, and we will select New Form Submission and hit Continue. This will lead us to our form creation. So there's lots of different settings that we can choose from in order to create our form. And it can be as specific as what font size you want or what color you want your form to be. But we're going to make a very simple form for today's video. So we'll give our form a title, Form for Video, and the description, a test form. And then we'll scroll down, and we're going to look for the part that says questions, and then there's a box here. And this is where you're able to design what it is you want your clients to fill out. So, for example, we want to know our client's name, so we'll have name. And we're going to make that a required field, because we're going to want to know all of our clients' names. And then we're going to choose what type of answer they're going to give. Either short text, paragraph, a checkbox, multiple choice, or a file. For this form, we're just going to do all short text answers. And we're going to add to in order to create another form field to fill out. So in this instance, we'll do email address. We'll say this is also a required field and another short text answer. And then we'll add one more field for phone number. And we'll make this a required field as well. And then also a short text input. So that's all we're going to have for our form. Just a pretty simple form. So we'll hit continue. And we'll be given a unique URL. So this is a URL that you'll have your clients go to in order to fill out the form. So we want to make sure and copy that form. And I'm going to hit the test trigger button, and you'll see a message comes up saying action required. And that's because we haven't filled out the form yet, so there's no information for our trigger to find. But if we open a new tab and we paste in that unique URL, then it's going to lead us to our form. So you'll see form for video, a test form, and this has our three inputs that we want. So we'll create a pretend character to be a client. So this will be pretend Jones. And their email will be pretend@email.com, and their phone number will be 123-444-3214. And we will submit that form. So now that we've submitted that form, if we go back to our workflow editor, you'll see now there's information there. And those are our three inputs, and the trigger has found them. So, in order to use that information and make a new contact in Odoo, we will click on the action button. We're going to search for the app that we want to use, which in this case is Odoo ERP Self Hosted. And the event that we want is to create contact. We're going to go ahead and log into our Odoo account and continue. Now we're going to select which database we want that contact to be in. Once we've selected a database, then you'll see there are dozens of form field options for creating a contact in Odoo. So many. And you can be as detailed as you would like in terms of how many of these you fill out. But in order to use our form we created in the new form submission, we're just going to use those same 3 fields. So I'm going to scroll down until I find name, which is right here. And I'm going to click inside of the name box. And at the bottom, you'll see a new form submission in the Forms by Workload. So I'm going to click inside of there. And now you'll see these are the answers to the form we just created. So for name, we're going to click on the name, Pretend Jones. And that will insert the name into that box. I'm going to scroll down again to try to find email and phone number. So here's email. So again, click inside the box, click on the drop-down menu, select email address, and that'll put that into our form field. And then here's phone. We'll select the phone number. And that's all I want for creating a contact today. Again, there are so many options of different fields, but we're going to skip past all that, scroll down to the bottom, and hit the continue button. And now we have, this is the raw data that's going to be sent to Odoo in order to create a contact. It has the database we chose and then the 3 inputs from our form we created. So now I'm going to test that action. And it says there's a new record ID, number 25. So this is our 25th contact was just created in Odoo. And if I go to my contacts in my Odoo account and I reload that page, we should be able to find Pretend Jones. So we'll see the name there, the email, and then the phone number we gave is there. But now the cool part is, now that we have set up that workflow, if we go back to our editor and we turn this workflow on to make it active, then anytime we fill out this same form, it will automatically create a contact in Odoo. So let's make up another pretend character to join our contacts. So this time we'll have Silly McGoose, and they will be smg@email.com, and they will have a 555-444-3212 phone number. And then we will submit that. And so now, if we go back to our contacts, we have a contact for Silly McGoose as well. So anytime any of your clients submit the form that we created, it'll automatically create a contact within Odoo. So that wraps up our video on how to create a form with Forms by Workload and then use that form submission to create a new contact in Odoo ERP Self Hosted. See you next time at Workload University. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed this type of content and subscribe to our channel in order to be up to date on the latest videos from Workload.